Hey, Chiefs fans. I'd click away. Carter.
But he did mean it.
You're in Bill's Mafia territory. This table is not safe. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Plays and Fades YouTube channel. I'm your co-host, Gordo Gambles, joined by this beauty of a man here, Kirode, and welcome to the least biased NFL video ever. We are back off of what was an amazing weekend for us. I mean, you look at that, just insert the score right here. Bill Belichick, more like, but to run away like Dak Prescott did at the 14-second mark.
Hugely exciting wildcard weekend in the NFL.
Yeah!
And now we're moving into the divisional round weekend of playoff games. Super exciting. Only 4 games left. Only 8 teams left. Gunning for that Super Bowl. A lot of great matchups. I mean, at this point in the season, you don't have any bad teams anymore. We can't just go against the Texans, whichever offense is playing the Texans defense. We can't just play whatever defense is playing the Jets. We got to actually make some real picks this week.
Ouch.
That's tough, but 4 exciting games of football, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday. We're excited as ever. Let's get right into it.
Yes.
Starting off with the first position, who do we like this week out of those 8 starting QBs?
I mean, it's pretty hard to ignore the fact that you have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league going head-to-head this weekend in Mahomes versus Allen. That game's going to be an absolute barn burner. No matter how much I'm tripping my Chiefs, I'm shitting bricks. This is a tough matchup. I'm really nervous for it. And we got to give credit where credit is due. The Kansas City Chiefs have a great offense, and I think that Patrick Mahomes definitely has the ability to score very, very well this week. Mm-hmm. This week is pretty simple for me. I'm going to have a lot of Allen. I'm going to have a lot of Rodgers. I'm going to have a lot of Joe Burrow.
Ooh.
Right? Pretty simple. Josh Allen, if he wants to win this game, he will do whatever it takes. He'll rush for 60 yards. We know that. Aaron Rodgers against San Fran, I think that game will be really high scoring. I think he has the ability to score very, very well as well. And then Joe Burrow is my value play. 6.6K, a grand less than Josh Allen is. And I mean, he's playing against a 24th ranked defense. It's not like Tennessee's the great defense. And I think this game's going to be high scoring as well. I think that Joe Burrow, if he wants to win this game, he's going to have to go out there, say hi to his friend Jamar Chase, and put up some big points as well. So I'm going to keep it simple for that. Along
with Joe Burrow, I think if you want to go low in that price range, right, save a little bit of cash here, Matthew Stafford's also not a bad option. I mean, the Tampa Bay defense ranked 26th here on DraftKings, which obviously does not tell the whole story about their defense, but $6,200. If Matthew Stafford has one of his good games, he could put up a huge score as well.
I think all bias aside, well, I'm trying my best with bias aside, but I will be playing a lot of Josh Allen. Last time they played, he put up 39 points. Yeah. It's hard to deny that. He's a gamer. He wants to win these games, and I think that he's going to put up some big scores in the process.
He's got a lot of weapons.
And I think he does very, very well. I'm going to have a lot of Josh Allen up top and Joe Burrow down low. And it sounds like you're going to have some Stafford, too. So quarterback's a really tough position to play this week. It's all about what salary you have left, what kind of lineup you want to build. So I say we don't waste much time on it. Let's move on to the running back position, because this is just a position where I kind of want to save some money on. We have some insane wide receivers left who really bring their team to life, and the running back is a position where you're probably going to have to try to spend down as much as possible. When I'm looking at people down low, I'm looking at the Leonard Fournettes, I'm looking at the Cam Akers, those number 1 running backs in their system who are still going to put up big numbers and lots of touches without having that same price tag as, say, someone like Derrick Henry will have at 7.5K.
That said, if Derrick Henry's playing against that Cincinnati defense, you might want to have him in there if you got the salary too, if you want to pay up at this position. But yeah, this is a position where, unlike quarterback, you can get a lot more value. I mean, if you take a guy like Cam Akers down there, $5,500, that obviously leaves you a lot more salary for other positions.
Yeah, it's one of these ones where I'm not going to have that much Aaron Jones, I'm not going to have that much Joe Mixon. 2 offenses I think are really going to throw the ball this weekend in high-scoring affairs. I'm going to have someone like Eli Mitchell. I think that he got 28 touches last week, I think, and he's going to put up just as much this time. Cam Akers is starting to take over that backfield, and at 5.5K, I think he has the ability to put up a lot of points as well. It's a tough one because we're not able to see if Fournette's playing or not. I think Fournette's a good deal at 5.7 if he does play as well, but this is one where I'm definitely paying down, staying away from Jones and Mixon up top, and looking at Akers, Fournette, and Mitchell down the middle. All right, let's get into it. This is the juiciest position this week. The wide receiver position is one that's going to have a lot of variability. Mm-hmm. You have so many stars left in the playoffs this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have Cooper Kupp, you have Devontae Adams, the 2 best wide receivers in the league, but you also have Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, who's putting up record numbers in his rookie years. There are so many stars to look at. Who are we really targeting up top?
Yeah, I mean, at the very top of the price range, as you said, you got Cooper Kupp at $8,600 and Devontae Adams at $8,500. And those guys are, as you said, probably the 2 best wide receivers in the league, elite talents. But at that much of a price tag increase from the next highest guy, they're quite expensive. So maybe some ownership in there, maybe in some like cash plays, but you can definitely get more value here. I mean, even right below them, Samuel, Jamar Chase, $7,100 could easily put up just as many points as Kupp or Adams does in a game. Another couple guys we really like down low, AJ Brown could be a huge part of that Tennessee offense this week against Cincinnati. And Diggs at $6,500, definitely in tandem with Allen, you get that stack in there, could do very, very well against the Kansas City Chiefs defense. If you are going to pay for one of those top two guys up there, I think we lean more towards Adams than we do towards Kupp. I mean, Adams could have a huge week here against the 49ers.
Yeah, if you want to go over all of them real quick, I mean, you can't go wrong with Kupp or Adams up top, but I think that if the San Francisco 49ers want to win this game, Deebo Samuel's been their wide receiver and their running back. He's going to have a decent chance to put up scores. Jamar Chase going up against going up against the 31st ranked defense, I think he has an opportunity to go big as well. Same with AJ Brown. That's going to be a high scoring game on like both sides. If you want to look at value this week, all right, I'm liking Byron Pringle, 4.2K. He's getting a lot of usage, 20 points last week. And I think he's able to go out there again, a bit overlooked. But at that same price tag, Van Jefferson, 4.2K. Wide receiver number 3 over there. I have a feeling that Cooper Kupp's going to be really double teamed and have a lot of man on him. So he's going to have the opportunity to be open. And last but not least, it's a really tough one, but if you want to get risky, Cole Beasley has always been their go-to guy in the playoffs, 4K. I think that a lot of people are covering Diggs, they're taking over. Cole Beasley is that slot guy, that guy in close, and I think it's the opportunity to do very, very well again.
No bias.
No bias. Moving right along to the tight end position, and this one's really simple. Kelsey, Gronkowski, Kittle, gap.
Yeah.
All right. You have these top 3 wide receivers who I think that you're either going to pay up for it or you're not. There's a huge line between who you want to get. Kelsey, I think if that team wants to win the game, they're going to need to use him a lot. Mm-hmm. He's had some big weeks recently, and I think he has the opportunity to do very, very well. If you want to pay up, he's definitely there. Mm-hmm. Gronkowski, same thing. If I want to pay that much, not going to lie, I'm probably going to get Kelsey. I think for me, this comes down to what kind of lineup I'm doing. Mm-hmm. All right. If I need that value play, I think that both Uzoma and Frickster are 2 guys who have the opportunity to score very, very well at their designated price tags. Yeah. 3.4K is 3K less than Kelsey, but Uzoma was able to go out there, 6 receptions last week, 18 points. Again, like I said, if Cincinnati wants to win this game, it's going to be through the pass game. And I think that Uzoma has some decent value at 3.4K. Like we said, tight end is really just guys up top if you want to pay up for them. If not, try your best to get value. Like we mentioned, Uzoma, Frickster, 2 guys I think will live up to their price tag.
Once it gets down to the last 4 games, there's not that many defenses to choose from, obviously. All of these offenses are very strong. But this is kind of going to be about what offenses you think are going to do well and which ones you think aren't going to do well this week. Especially in a GPP lineup, you're probably going to have to think about a lot of the guys that you've taken in your lineup earlier on this slate relative to the defense that you take, right? You're not going to be taking Bills stacks and Chiefs defense. All of these teams are very close together because all these offenses are good. I mean, $2,500 to $3,200 is not that big of a difference. So it really is about matchups that you like. One of the matchups we like a little bit more this week is going to be that Packers defense against San Francisco. Obviously, out of the teams that remain, San Francisco has one of the weakest offenses. And we think the Packers get it done in pretty convincing fashion. So we like them on top. Down near the very bottom, you have the Bills down there, though, at $2,600. And obviously, it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes, especially in the playoffs. But the Bills have the number 1 ranked defense in the league, basically, in a lot of different metrics. And to be the second lowest salary defense, given their prowess, we think there could be some value there. So we like them as well. No bias.
Last time they played, he put up 17 points. Right?
Yeah, defense. Exactly.
So this is one where it's risky, but there's so many good players to get at that wide receiver position. You want that value, save that $600, get yourself some Bills action. Mm-hmm. And with that, we are done what was probably the messiest NFL video we've ever done.
Yep.
4 games. Really, really tough for us to choose who we like to play, but hopefully we conveyed the message across to you guys enough. It's one where we're paying up for those wide receivers, and we're getting those guys who are going to score big, those guys who are able to carry that team to the next round of the playoffs. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and putting up with all this Bills nonsense behind me here. This is one I'm really looking forward to. If you guys have any more questions, DM me on Twitter, @GamblesGordo, @PlaceFades. There's a lot of opportunities to make money. I'll be posting my lineups the best I can. But we can't remember, there is a massive UFC card this weekend. Check out that video as well. I'm hyped for it. I know you're hyped for it too. So an absolutely beautiful weekend of NFL and UFC action. I can't ask for anything more. So without further ado, let's make some money.
You want to do a Bills game score prediction?
Yeah. 31-28.
Okay, all right. 31-28.
Yeah.
I was going to say something around there. I'm going to go 30-23.
Ooh. Bills Mafia.